Yeah. Well, let's see.
That's my arm. What are you
I
doing
pushed
with
the
it?
live, and then let's see when I renew the page. Looks good.
There we go.
Yeah, there we are. Live on YouTube. Hello and welcome, everybody. It says one viewer. Oh no, just me. Oh no, I feel so lonely. No, it's
well, I'm there
just...
too, but it's saying I'm only one watching, so
I know.
I don't know.
And actually, I don't know if it counts Don, but probably not because he's only on Zoom.
KK, what are you doing?
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. We've got a viewer. We have Kira Vicky. Hello, Kira.
Ah, tickles.
Yeah, first chatter, great. Now the number goes up, great. I know it needs a little time until the recommendation from YouTube actually goes out to the people who have hit the bell.
Sort of like a cowbell.
So Kira says hi to all the sweet birdies and to you, Dawn.
Hello.
And of course, to me, Amy, yeah, I've seen it. Hi, good to see you, Kira.
Are you getting a little bit attached to me or what?
Oh my, what's KK
does he want to eat you?
No, he wants to feed me.
Oh,
yeah, oh yeah. That's
so
when a bird looks like, I want to feed you. How does that work? Like we are aliens. It's a where's the insert area?
Well, in the Parrots and Telegraph film, Mark Bittner thought it was weird. He couldn't understand what these two different. He thought there were two different species, but you know the conures look different when they're adults than when they're babies. So it took him a while to figure out they were just feeding their babies. I don't think I'm your baby. I don't.
They're so darn cute though.
He's never done that before, so I gotta make sure he doesn't get a little too over attached here. What are you doing?
KK.
Cecil is preening. And Sugar is crying.
Oh, Shuggy. Shuggy, you're on camera. Don't forget.
We've got some more chatters. We've got Falcon Zoo and Michelle Thompson. So hello to you guys.
Hello. Sugar, can you say hello? I know you can say hi. I can do that.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, KK bird. It's not the end of the world if I'm not petting you.
It's really funny watching Sugar get petted from two angles.
And there we can see how the other birds are watching closely. Like, I think that's Snowball up there who is watching super close. Lucy is not interested at all because, well, I guess it's Lucy on the swing, so let's say it that way.
Lucy, what are you doing up there? Lucy. Well, I can't pet you if you're going to start regurgitating. No, can't do that. Got to keep your dinner down. It's not like I could eat your dinner, kid. Breakfast, all that other stuff.
So Kira wants to know how Jazz is getting on.
Oh, she's back to her normal dosage now, and she's sleeping over there, but she's not. It's just because she wants to sleep. It has nothing to do with her dosage. So she's just, I've had to alter the time. She gets it now at 6:30 in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the rest of them get it at about 7 o'clock in the morning and then 6 o'clock at night. So, but she needs it a little different.
Well, she's
Jasmine.
built a little different, that Jazz.
Jazzy Jazzbird. Jasmine. Good grief. Yeah, she's really out over there. She was bouncing around and playing in her cage all morning, though.
Mm.
I see you up there.
So where's Pippa? I think I've spotted everyone who should be in the room, just not Pip.
Where do you think she should be?
Worshipping
Steve.
Steve.
Yes.
She's okay with Steve.
And Spirit Matter's joined us too. So hello, Spirit Matter. Nice to see you.
What did you say? What did you say? You said hello, everybody? Is that what you said? No.
KK says hello, viewers. Hello, all the birdie frienders.
Yeah, our loyal chatter, Michelle Thompson, just told in chat, in the last meeting, she told us that her rabbit, I think, had surgery because of a teeth or tooth. And she's telling us that the rabbit is fine, but she lost a guinea pig last week. So we are thinking on you, Michelle. We have you all in our heart. We know how hard it is to lose a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with guinea pigs. Their little hearts can just give out easily. Poor little guys. Oh, and Jocelyn Driggle joined us, and she says she's out of hospital now, which is awesome. Good
Oh,
for you,
that's good.
Jocelyn.
I hope Cinnamon isn't missing you too much when you are in hospital. I guess he couldn't join you there. Usually they are pretty strict about pets.
Yeah, but to let you bring in kids, and there's nothing dirtier than a child. Disease little creatures. Bird's not going to do you any harm, but kids bring in everything. Ugh.
I'm not sure if they can do, because it doesn't always, or it does not only go about the person who gets the visit, but all the other persons who are inside the hospital and ill, and some of them have open wounds and no immune system. So basically, I think they can get everything. So, yeah.
And you can be allergic to birds. So if you have somebody in the hospital who's allergic to birds, you don't want them to go into shock.
I'm allergic to children. That won't stop them from letting them in, but
Well, my mom is allergic to birds. Like, she can't have a feather pillow or anything because she'll swell up and not be able to breathe.
yeah. Wake up, Jasmine.
Oh, she's sleeping in the cage over there. That's cute.
A minute ago, but she's there. You are. Hi, Jazz. Hello, Jazzy.
Jasmine.
What are you doing over there? Is this a scheduled break, or you just chose to fall asleep? That's funny. She was busy this morning. She's been bouncing around a lot in her cage and playing, and now that she's stopped going after her chest again. You never know when it's going to happen, when they're going to go back to it. So to keep an eye on them. And you, I saw you, she was trimming and a feather came out, but she was just preening and it fell out of its own. But I noticed, didn't I? Yeah, I did. She doesn't
So
do her.
Spirit Matter told us in chat that his parakeets are having the time of their life eating alfalfa sprouts right now.
Oh, very nice.
That sounds funny. I know when birds have the time of their life, it's just cute to watch.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You have any wine for me this morning? Or is it this afternoon? Hmm? Are you going to go over there so you can get better petting? I can't get it any closer. If you want to walk over, you got to crawl over there. There you go.
Oh, she's moving. The
Oh
Shuggy
my
is
gosh,
moving.
Shuggy. Has she forgotten she's on camera for a moment? Or is she just going to, yeah, we get one of these rare moments to see Sugar actually doing something, stepping over and getting an even better position for big pets. Oh, she loves that new perch. That's exactly what the Sugar likes. And the thing is, when you see her, the big steps she can make.
Yeah, it's very convenient for her with the branches going in different directions that she can step on.
Mm. No, but I think other birds have to fly over, kind of a hop, but she just makes just with her little super long legs a huge step. There she is. There's the Shug.
Oh, she is funny the way she moves. It's very cute.
Mm. True,
this one's been pretty playful lately too, playing a lot in her cage.
Oh, Shuggy, playing in your cage. That's a good girl.
I have to keep replacing her toys, not just shifting them, literally replacing them. So
She's a funny one because she'll have us believe that she never plays with toys, but when no one's looking, she will.
Mm. Yeah, and actually, when no one is looking, sometimes even when there is a camera, she doesn't do anything. So it's basically when some people put up a camera to see what the pet does when they are away, or so sometimes the pet behaves extra unusual. They see, oh, there's a camera. So yeah, the camera must be hidden very well.
you want a little more?
Well, Spirit Matter is volunteering to be an official beak rubber.
Yeah, Michelle Thompson too. That's Shuggy. There are people standing in line just to get the chance to pet the beak. And we have Coolio Yo, who has joined us and saying, I like the new cam setup.
No, thank you. I should have thought of it a long time ago, but it's Sugar's iPad, so it just didn't cross my mind. Used to be Roman's, but Roman has a television now, so you can watch his movies. He's watching Avatar: Way of the Water right now.
Oh my. These birds.
probably not a movie you would have wanted to act in. They actually put all these sensors on the people and had to get into water tanks to act. So
Mhm.
never been done before. Or they, your facial expressions and everything, your body motions are all recorded while you're underwater. Well, you have any more wine in there? I'm thirsty. I want some sugar wine. He says, you're looking at me. I don't whine when you're looking at me. What? 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 Just won't do it, will you? You won't do it, will you? No. Well, sugar, I have to throw something here. Let's see. Are you ready? You gonna catch it?
Frisbee time.
Well, that was a bad shot. Didn't even get close. That wasn't good either. Run out of them. Right, I'm throwing bad frisbees. I'll try it again. It's not your fault. Here, I'll hand you one.
Oh my, Lucy is like, oh no.
That worked well.
Sugar, are you fleeing? That's so funny. Oh, even Pippa reacts. Oh, look how the Triton crest is up back there.
Are you gonna come join in, Pip? You
That demands some
Snowball
Triton
could.
trouble immediately.
You and Snowball could throw the frisbee to each other.
I think they could actually.
And Lucy's just like, hey, you knocked me swing.
Oh, he's so happy when he has caught the frisbee. I love that victory dance he does then.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So Coolio wants, sorry, Don.
Lucy's not too thrilled about it.
Yeah, not at all. Pippa is now watching, or yeah. Some other umbrella had the crest up. I think that was Cecil. KK is watching. Yeah, Lucy was like, ah. No, there was a question by Coolio. Has anyone had experience with digestive ulcers in their pet cockatoos or parrots?
Digestive what?
Ulcers.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm still not hearing it. It's so noisy in here.
I write it to
ulcers.
I won't see it when you write it unless you send it. Unless you send it as an iMessage, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, that I exactly will do that.
They asked about stomach ulcers in the pet parrots.
I'm putting my AirPods so I can get past all the noise.
Maybe if we yell louder, Don will hear us all the way from Nevada.
Yeah, the thing is, we cannot hear all the cockatoo noise because it's muting a lot of it before it. Yeah, I think YouTube would be like, so yeah, everyone who watch our live stream could be heard around the neighborhood.
No, I haven't had any issues with that. I'm sure that your avian vet would have a possible solution for it. but I have not run into it. I haven't had any birds with that issue.
So, and Rita Boller is here and says hi to you, Don, and the vlog.
Hi, Rita. Take a quick. I'm going to switch the just a second, and I'll see if I can find some sort of an answer on that quickly.
A snowball going down to his frisbees. Oh, we have a bird on the floor. We have a bird on the floor and Don on the phone. Well, it's the whole meeting. And Lucy. Now Shuggy pretending to be a statue, or is she making a nap? At least Pippa is chilling out there back there, which is good when Snowball is on the floor and having fun with his frisbees.
Okay, I asked the great AI out there, and of course it says, just like I said, consult an avian veterinarian first and foremost. The vet
Coolio is in contact with the vet, so the vet has also diagnosed, I think, it, and he will call him back shortly and talk what's needs to be done. He was just looking if anyone else has experience with that.
Well, one good thing to do is to go to ChatGPT and ask the question. So I just asked it there. They usually treat it, and it says to see your avian vet first, of course, but it says they usually use proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, or H2 receptor antagonists, and say it today, antagonists, to reduce stomach acid production and promote ulcer healing. These are given orally. Adjust your parrot's diet to include easily digestible foods that are gentle on the stomach. Avoid spicy, acidic, or high-fat foods. Offer fresh fruits and vegetables, and consider providing a pelleted or formulated diet. Reduce stress in your parrot's environment, as stress can exacerbate digestive issues. Ensure your parrot has a quiet, secure, and comfortable space. Monitor closely, keep a close eye on your parrot's condition, and follow your vet's instructions for medication dosage. And definitely schedule follow-up visits with your avian vet to track progress and to make necessary adjustments to the treatment plan. I found that in ChatGPT may not be the be-all and end-all and everything, but it usually can read the medical veterinary manuals out there and come up with a good answer to those kind of things. So,
or one at least get some good keywords so one can research further.
Well, that's just easy. I just put in stomach ulcers treatment parrots for parrots.
But one also needs to be careful, because with some things where there isn't much out there in the internet or general information, then sometimes they go for what has been written in some forums, which there, how in some parrot forums, which inadequate information they share. So
I haven't seen any of that with ChatGPT and medical on parrots. I don't.
Oh,
no,
that's good. I haven't watched it. One always needs to have it in.
In almost in every case, it's going to some kind of veterinary manuals to get the information.
But the thing is, it doesn't give you any source where it's from. That's the problem. Therefore, I would at least suggest to have a reliable source.
It often makes up sources, like it just completely invents references.
I've never even seen it give a reference, but probably because I'm just asking basic questions.
It can do it now. I haven't used it in quite a time.
But everything I've checked on it medically has been correct. I mean, I've asked it complicated questions like, one's for some reason avian vets should be able to answer, but sometimes can't. Like what muscles does a bird use to breathe? You know, it answered it correctly. What I asked, what is the renal shunt, and it was able to answer that question. I mean, in great detail, and it was obviously going off of medical references. There was nothing there from anything that was outside of medicine. So, but it's just to give you a heads up. If you're calling the vet, you can read it and say, oh, these are the potentials, and see what your vet says. You know. Basically, it's saying, oh, you're going to get something to reduce acid that's given orally, and that you need to make sure you don't provide them any. If they like peppers, don't give them peppers for a while, that kind of thing. Although I doubt that peppers really hurt a bird's stomach, but if there's actually ulcers in there, a pepper might. So get rid of the spicy foods for a while. It's easier for me with the background I have. I can read them, but I haven't had anything I've read. I've read some things that were wrong, but not about parrots specifically. And I was testing it, really testing to see if it would give good answers, and it does. But again, those are only just to enlighten you as much as you can before you deal with a vet or whatever. But it always starts with see a vet, and then right after that it says avian vet. It keeps repeating that. So because as much as a standard vet might know, a dog and cat vet or any other kind of mammal vet, they won't understand that much about parrots or birds in general. They're a lot different. So the best example I use of that is the fact that they have DNA in their red blood cells and we don't. Mammals do not have DNA in their red blood cells. They don't have chromosomes in there. So, but these guys do. It's because they don't use marrow to produce blood. So they use it to hold air instead. They use the hollow bones to hold air. That's why they can look really big. There's a big bird, but they're not that heavy. Because they don't have anything inside their bones, and they have air sacs in there.
Yeah, especially the birds who want to fly. I mean, I'm referring now to penguins as well. These are birds too, but I think they can get pretty heavy when they want to survive out there in Antarctica or so.
And there are a lot of flightless birds too. I mean, ostriches don't fly.
Yeah.
There's a flightless parrot.
Mm.
Right? Isn't that right, Cecil? Oh, Cecil bird. Nice Cecil bird. And the other thing, if anyone's ChatGPT doesn't cost anything. You don't have to buy an app or anything. You just have to go out to the website and give them information so they know who you are, and then you can use it. It's kind of some beta testing. But when they say something, if you don't think it's right, you can say, "Are you sure about that?" Or you can keep talking on the same subject, and it will actually go more in depth for you if it can. It's careful on medical issues, but I think that's why it does not go into any of the forums or anything like that, because it could lead it to wrong information, so it wouldn't go there.
Mm.
And it always tells you to see your avian vet. So what it won't tell you, and which I'll tell you, is if you're not happy with one and you have enough, you have more than one avian vet, get a second opinion on anything that's major. Even if that's just passing the blood work off to the next vet.
Is Pippa now playing with the frisbee? Someone is playing heavily back the perch with the frisbee. I
Yeah,
thought.
that's Snowball.
Mhm.
Pippa's
Snowball.
watching now. Pippa, you be good.
The Pip is
Pippa?
watching.
Yeah, she's looking like she's gonna crawl under there. Don't you bother him, Pippa. Pippa.
Heading
What are
for
you
trouble.
doing?
Trouble.
Hi, baby. Yeah, she's a troublemaker, but she's cute. Hi, Pip Pip. I know he's playing with frisbees. Why does that bother you so much? They're not authorized by Steve Jobs or what?
Probably. So I think that might also be a Triton thing, that it's not like that's the other person's business or the other bird's business. So it's also my business when they start something.
Everything is everyone's business.
Mm,
That's why they're the room monitors.
Pippa? Pippa? That he can play with his frisbee if you want. No, you're not going over there to bother him now.
mm.
Pippa.
No, Spirit Matter thinks the top name for what you do is professional cockatoo coddler, and Coolio thinks that your stream should be called A Man Covered in Birds.
Yeah, there are those times where I'm definitely covered.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll be sitting here and I'll get somebody who's trying to text me, and yeah, I can use my watch to say 1 or 2 words at a time, but as far as accessing my phone when I'm covered in birds, it's kind of hard to do. They don't appreciate it when I pick up the phone in that situation. So.
Mhm.
And by appreciate, I mean they try to steal it from me and everything, jump up on my face, anything to get my attention so that I won't be holding the phone.
Mhm.
Pippa, what are you doing? We'll come up here. We'll come up here. Well, come on. Dig those nails in. It helps. No,
Yeah,
you're not doing that. That was sneaky. No.
Mm.
She was going to climb over my leg and go over there. You need to
Mhm.
leave him alone when he's playing with his frisbees. His frisbee's over here if you want to play with the frisbee. You want to play with the frisbee? Snowball. Well, grab a hold of it. Take it over here. If it's where he can get it, he's going to be unhappy about that. Now, Snowball.
That's Snowball.
Oh boy.
Is Pippa now messing with a frisbee? Oh my, you guys. He snagged the frisbee away. I just watched it in replay. Oh my gosh. That's so dramatic.
Oh my. So exciting.
Mhm. I think that would make a really good meme or a GIF or GIF, how some people say, how he's snagging the frisbee away and Pippa is like, what?
All right, you two. All right. Come on. No, no, no. Hey, hey, that's not going to work. Nope, nope, nope.
Oh my, is that Cecil who wants to get involved?
He's just watching, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eliza Wins just joined at the right moment. She says, you must be so incredibly observant to be able to keep an eye on all of these cockatoos, because just one of them can cause so much destruction in the blink of an eye. They are all sneaky little dinosaurs.
Well, my first class in ABA, the major topic at the beginning was being able to observe.
Well, they're all observing Snowball right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that little video I tried, 2-minute video I tried to get people to watch. You think you know what you're observing, but honestly, you are not seeing about 95% of what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that whodunit video really proves that we don't see what's going on. We see what we're focused on. So I have learned to kind of to be able to keep in my head what each bird is up to. Pippa, I would love to give you another frisbee, but I don't think it's the sanest move on my part.
Oh my Pip.
Pip, 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 pip. He's highly possessive of those frisbees, you know? You know that? No, it doesn't look like a frisbee. I think that Pippa really, I think she wants to play with frisbees, but someone is guarding them with his life.
Yeah, she's
Mm-hmm.
looking at that blue thing you handed her, like, what is this? What do I do with that?
Mm-hmm.
This is a case where you have to avoid what was probably cute to watch, because when you have the territoriality like this, he's defending something. You don't want to make it worse.
Pippa.
That's when they can get hurt, right?
Mm.
Oh now, silly girl.
Oh, I
That's
love when
right.
the bird goes up. That's right. Pippa. That's right.
You okay now? You still want it, but you're not going to fight about it? Yeah, Dr. Friedman's course, the first couple of weeks are teaching you to get rid of labels on things. The bird is not mad. The bird is not upset. There's a huge list of words you have to go through that you don't paint them with human emotions. You just observe behavior. Right now, Pippa's behavior, she has her head tilted so she can observe. She's basically looking at the area in which the frisbees and Snowball are. So, and if the bird is in a fixed position observing, although she's kind of getting sleepy, if they're in a fixed position observing something, then they may take action at some point. Even though she doesn't look like she's going to do anything right now, keep a little bit of an eye on her. What are you doing over here? Hi, KK. Hi, KK. How are you? How are you? You were getting a little bit too roused up this morning. Yeah, trying to feed me. I'm not a baby. No. Such a good bird. You know that you're a good bird. Uh-huh. KK, good bird. Okay, good bird.
Okay, good bird.
Oh, another thing, like in that response by ChatGPT, it said your avian vet may prescribe the following, right? It doesn't suggest, it tells you what kind of inhibitor. It doesn't give you any brand names, doesn't tell you, because people will go out and try to do this on their own. Well, my bird seems to have ulcers. Well, the only way you know that, actually, the only way to know with certainty is a barium treatment, where which they can then do radiography, get x-rays and see what's going on in there, and they can see them. So if there's actually ulceration in there, there can be other things going on besides ulcers. So if it's actually ulcers, then they're going to, I saw that. They're going to prescribe something different. If it isn't ulcers, giving them medicine that is for ulcers may not help, which you'll hear some people talk about. There are certain over-the-counter things you can get when they say that a bird may have liver problems. You give them this item. I'm not going to say what it is, but no, you need to have their blood work done and a liver panel done if you think there's a problem with that, and have your avian vet do that work rather than guessing. And there's things that we can take that they can't. So I use Silvadine on their skin, but it's prescribed by an avian vet, and he knows that particular variety doesn't have anything in it that's going to cause a problem, but one wrong ingredient can cause all kinds of skin issues. So what are you doing? Are you taunting her, or are you just playing? I think he's just playing because he's not even looking at her. He's not focused on her. They can see a much wider range than we can. We only see about a 30-degree circle in the center of our vision, and the rest is a blur that our brain fills in. But with them, it's clear all the way around. They do focus their eyes on things, but he's not focused on her. He's just focused on his frisbees right now. She's going to sleep. She had enough activity for a while, I guess. He does like his frisbees.
He's so freaking cute down there with his two frisbees just sitting on one and playing together.
Another thing about medical issues like that is that the vet will try to get to the cause. The good vet will try to figure out what is causing it, not just, trying to deal with a symptom, but is it something in the diet? Is it stress? What is causing ulceration? So if you don't get rid of the cause, you can apply a palliative, something that will soothe the situation, mask it, but it'll come right back as soon as you stop. So if you haven't solved the cause, that's where the comments by ChatGPT about reducing stress in the environment, the changing the type of food, that all those things won't hurt a bird, no matter when you do them, why you do them. It doesn't matter. It's just that those are things that, if that were the case, would definitely improve the situation. Possibly treating the actual cause. With Chloe, it could have been something as simply as putting in a can of baking powder. Rumford baking powder would do it for her. She could not be peaceful in that environment ever when that can was out. So I had to tape the outside of the can, so it was a different color. But it could be something that simple. Some small change in the environment you would never even think of. So questions like, when did it start? Do you have any idea of when it started? So if you know it started somewhere in January and you can think back to, oh, let's see, I changed the color of my hair, or I moved some boxes into that room. It can be things you would never in 1,000 years think of as being a stimulus to cause that kind of an effect. I would not have guessed that this one would become the way she is about frisbees. She wants to play with one. Now I take Snowball out, I can give her a frisbee. So that's basically what I've been doing. But if you do that, it could stimulate her wanting to play and it can make the situation worse. So, yeah, it's a toss up. You can do it and then see what happens. And if it starts to get too aggressive, you throw the frisbee like I did as I did with Snowball. I threw him the frisbee and broke it up that way. At first, I put the frisbee between them and used it to kind of push them apart. But what are you doing? You're doing something with your foot. What are you doing? Jazzbird. In about, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, in about 15 minutes, she'll be out coming over trying to get on my lap and then sitting on my shoulder. And
yeah, Shuggy's preening. Yeah, Lucy's ignoring you. Pretty bird.
Yeah, she'll be doing the pretty bird thing a little bit, trying to fly down on me. She'll wait until I have 3 birds sitting on me and then do it.
Will she react if we call her popcorn?
Maybe. Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. There you go. Now you got it. What? There's no popcorn in here. She knows it. Lucy bird.
There's Pippa peacefully again. She's moving a bit, I think. Yeah. Walking. Good girl, Pip. Good girl. I know you're Triton. Steve told you that.
Yeah.
Pip.
Pip, bird. Coolio answers to you, Don. I'm trying to figure out what the cause of the ulcer is myself, at least. I was just looking for dieting advice and I was going to ask the vet about medications, if we should change our plan or what.
Well, yeah, obviously the ChatGPT got the right answer when it said if there are ulcers, their vet will prescribe something to reduce the acid to help the ulcer heal. That's not something you want to do on your own. You want to have a vet prescribe it. And definitely make sure you confirmed it is ulceration too. I'm not sure. I mean, there are ways to tell by a CBC and a sample from the cloaca area, that kind of thing, or a stool sample. But a barium treatment might be, which is just to do radiology, but at the same time, as Dr. Jenkins said, they have no idea why, but often getting a barium treatment will solve digestive issues. No one has a clue why. It's a percentage. It's definitely a significant percentage of birds that are improve after that. I know Peaches did after hers, but there was no way to kill the virus. But she did have. It probably helped to buy her an extra 4 months of life. So.
Yeah, she had a second wind for a few months after that.
Yeah, they don't understand why. They don't have any clue, but it does happen in most cases. Actually, there is an improvement.
Do you know, in 2 weeks it'll be a whole year since we lost Peaches.
Oh my, yeah. I know that day is coming.
Can't believe she's been gone.
Yeah.
Are we
I know
going to
it
do
was-
anything to celebrate her?
Yeah, we should.
We should, yeah, we should. I don't have any concept of time. I didn't. Yeah. Obviously, I remember her every day, but I don't remember when she died. So.
Yeah, I was thinking lately a lot about Peaches and that all this happened last year, or it's now basically a year ago. Time runs so fast. It's hard to believe she's not with us now for a year.
Yeah.
Nope. I just wake up every morning wishing I could see her again.
Yeah. We'll have to do something special for her.
Something really peachy.
If anyone has any suggestions, let us know.
It should include at least some peachy songs.
Yeah.
No, we could do something like that on Zoom. That's as long as it's not open to if it's open to the public, we can't put any of her music on because of copyright. But I'm sure Ramstein wouldn't care, but music companies are different.
Okudo says we could have a bowl of peaches.
I think it's a disgusting idea, eating peaches. I don't think she would like that. I would have liked that idea either.
I don't know. I think you told me that she actually had eaten some peaches.
She had. She liked blueberries, though. That was her favorite. So
yeah, but I think I talked with her about the peaches tree we have in one of our gardens, and that actually it was a very little tree, and now it's getting the first couple of peaches.
Oh, that's nice. Well, maybe we should have a bowl of blueberries.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, it's the time for blueberries here, so my consumption went up enormous.
Pigeons probably would have said, "Time for blueberries, isn't that always?"
Like every day is blueberry time.
Yeah, I meant when the
I know what you meant. We know what you meant.
Yeah. I know you're living in the desert, so it's not like you're going into the garden and it's like season.
Yeah, there's no. They don't grow much out in Nevada, actually. I guess they grow some lettuce. There's a few things that are grown out here, but almost everything is shipped in. I'll tell you one thing. Since I moved out here, the birds can't have avocados. They're poison to birds, but you can't get decent avocados here. I've heard people say in different parts of the country, "Oh, I don't like avocados," but they haven't had the ones I had in California where they grow a lot of avocados. I was living in Fallbrook, the avocado capital of the world, I think. And the ones that, whenever they get cheap enough where you can buy them, which is not often, once in a while you'll get them where you can get them for 50 cents or something, but they're just missing something. I think what it is they get them while they're not ripe. They're not even close to ripe, and then they ship them in and wait for them to ripen. It just doesn't work well. They don't taste good. You want to get them just.
We get avocados that are flown in from Israel or somewhere, and they when they arrive on the shelf in the shops, they're still hard. Like they're not even ripe despite being flown in from abroad. So they must
Yeah.
cook them and they're very underripe.
Yeah, and when they don't
In
ripen, they
my
don't-
in my vacation, I finally confirmed that here in Germany, I think when it comes to the worldwide fruit market or so, they're actually buying the shit no one else wants, because a lot of people who have been often in foreign countries say, yeah, that's the case. But I had the example kiwis. We cannot grow ourselves here, so the fruit one gets from local farmers. So that's superb. But everything else, so they buy in the on the worldwide markets, so they try to get it really cheap, and therefore you get the worst. And we here the kiwis, they taste like nothing, and you get this really, really uncomfortable feeling on your tongue after you eat it. And in Italy, so I could eat kiwis.
Mm.
Yeah, so they must get the better ones.
the avocados are funny if they're harvested when they're not. They don't need to be completely ripe, but they have to be where they're just getting there, just about ripe, and which is where they're still slightly hard.
Mhm.
And then a day or two later, if you put them in a dark place, they ripen, and that's the best. Haas, in my opinion, is the best. Unless you're making salsa, then fuerte is probably better. But and the trick with an avocado, if you can find one that was almost tree ripened, is you can eat it as soon as that little nub from the tree pops off with your finger easily. That's when they're ripe. Beyond that point, if you wait a couple of days, you're going to have to make salsa, like guacamole with them or something. But that's when their flavor is best. Just when that little nib in the end snaps off with your thumb easy, that's when you eat them.
Mm.
And in the stores, if they get them ripe, sometimes people will keep squeezing them to see if they're ripe. That's not how you tell an avocado's ripe. But that's when they bruise them all up. When they're, somebody will come by and they're looking for ripe ones, so they keep squeezing them. If they're almost ripe and you do that, that bruises it. So you end up with a bunch of dark spots from people doing that. When all you really need to do is check that little nub at the top. It's part of the stem. And if it just pops off, it's ready. I can tell by holding one, since I was around them since I was a kid. Just putting them in my hand and not be squishing with my fingers, but my whole hand, just pressing on them a little bit. And then looking at the color, I can tell, whether they were tree ripened or, if it's getting close to ripe. But these guys won't. They will never know the flavor of this. These guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my budgies don't eat it either. So once I put them a fresh carrot in before tasting it, and they were like, no, I don't touch that. And usually they love carrot, and then I was tasting it, it was like, has no taste at all. So yeah.
Must be nice to have those sensors in your eyes that make it so you can see whether something is ripe.
It was ripe, but the thing is, there are just sometimes that it can happen that a fruit hasn't the good taste or so, even if it's biological, organic, self-grown. That wasn't a self-grown one, so they are usually pretty good. So,
yeah,
but sometimes that happens.
Too much nitrogen in the soil does that. That's why potatoes in this country, you'll see potatoes that have dark spots inside or holes inside. It's because they grow them in a bunch of nitrogen to get a bigger crop. Yeah, it gives you a bigger crop, but it makes a terrible potato. But my definition of ripe in the United States is hasn't spoiled yet. They say, picked fresh. Well, okay. Yeah, well, when it was picked, maybe, but when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look fresh to me. It's been traveled through the country, and it's been going around for 2 weeks. But we do get some fresh stuff here. I mean, I've seen some good bell peppers, which they get in. I go out and pick the best for them.
You can confirm. She says you can get fresh French fries when you go to the right restaurant. That's
I
right.
finally found one. I found one in the frozen section she liked. So it's I don't know why they're better, but when I pan fry them, they come out like a French fry at Burger King. She likes, her favorite is In-N-Out because they just take a potato and run it through a potato slicer, and then they throw it into the fat. But this comes out almost as good, so she'll eat them. But most of the ones you buy that are in frozen, she doesn't care for them.
And Cecil, are you socializing with Snowball down there? Is he okay with you being there?
Yeah, he's not. Cecil knows his limits.
Yeah, Cecil wants to be friends with everybody, so yeah.
As long as he doesn't take a frisbee and start bashing people with it, that would be bad.
No, I don't think. Well, he won't get away with that. He knows it too. He won't get away with that with Snowball in here. Snowball wouldn't let him pick up a frisbee. He doesn't even try. He'll go over and get something else to play with.
Probably.
Well,
yeah.
folks, our hour is up. So we'll hope to see you on Wednesday. And birds are gonna get all active and start running around like crazy in a minute. I'll show you this before we go. If I can now, can't get my hand around it under the circumstances, it's not easy. Someone's decided to take over my hand and start hammering me.
Okay.
Easy now. You shouldn't be doing that regurgitation thing. No, you need to stop that. That's not good for you. You're getting too attached to me.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
He is. He's a good bird. Well, thanks for being here, guys. And we'll see you on Wednesday, I hope. And
thanks for the live stream.
Snowball, you going to say goodbye for everybody? You're watching Cecil. He's not going to steal your stuff.
Maybe Sugar wants to do a tail flash. She was so lively lately, but now she's kind of statue again.
She won't stay like that for long. They're all about ready to come
But
out of
Lucy
there.
got up. Oh yeah, Lucy. Oh, Rouse. Lucy's awake now. She knows when her time comes. It's time for Pretty Bird.
Okay, bye, guys.